Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to Inventory Management Portal. This is Ali Raza and today I am going to tell you about the purchase invoice. But this is part 1 because it's a very long thing that we are going to achieve right now, and it contains a lot of things that we have to do already before starting the purchase invoice. And because of this purchase invoice, I have a little change in the database and we have to modify our database a little bit. So let's start and have a look what we have today and what are the changes that we have to do before going to the purchase invoice. Let's start. Alright, first of all, you see this is my PHP my admin and I have these tables. So what I wanted to do, because this is a clothing inventory portal, so I wanted to make the sizes as per the categories. Okay, and the categories contains the small you can say the categories can have like pants and shirts or t-shirts, okay, or the types of the clothes, and then the sizes with respect to the pants and the sizes with respect to the shirts are different. And so that's why we have to add sizes with respect to the categories. Okay, so I wanted to add a column, a foreign key column inside my size table. So let me show you the size table. This is on the left hand side. See, I have only size ID and the size name. So this size belongs to which category? I have to add that. Okay, one category, that means shirt, can have multiple sizes. So that's why I am adding a new column inside my size table, because the size can be multiple, so the relationship can be one to many. So one category can have many sizes. So that's what the case that I'm trying to do. So let's add a column. So alter table, and the name of the table is sizes because I wanted to add a new column. Then the add keyword, and then the column name si underscore category ID, that should be integer and not null, and we have to make it a foreign key. So let's add foreign key, and then we have to specify the column name, that is this one, but I don't think so it will work because we are adding right now. Okay, let's first add the column and then we'll see the things. So alter table, add this column and execute. Okay, so a table in the table, a new column added successfully. Now I wanted to add a foreign key. I wanted to make this category ID a foreign key. Okay, so alter, let me zoom in, table, and the table name is sizes, and let's add here add foreign key, and the column name that we are going to use inside our foreign key is si underscore category ID references, and then where I'm going to connect to my categories table, and inside the categories I have the cat underscore ID column, if I'm not wrong. Let us check it. Inside the categories columns, you see cat underscore ID, that was the primary key. Okay, let's come back to the query. Okay, now one more thing, on delete cascade, on update cascade. What does this mean? Cascading means when I delete the parent, that means when I delete the category, automatically all the sizes that belong to that category will also be deleted. That means cascade. Okay, so if I delete shirt, then all the related sizes of the shirts will also delete automatically. I don't have to remove them. So this is the key concept behind this. So let's execute this query and see what are the results. Okay, it said that there is a problem, cannot add or update a foreign key constraint. Alright, so the problem that I think is, let's go to the sizes data, and you see I have already a size inserted and there is no category ID by default. So that's what the problem. Let's first remove this. Now I don't have any results. Okay, no records now. Let's go back to SQL and paste the query again. On delete cascade, on update cascade, let's click on go. So you see now the same query executed. successfully, because of that record the error appeared. Now this category ID becomes the foreign key of the sizes of the categories also. Now the next thing is, let me show you all the tables that we need to create today. Alright guys, so you can see here I have created some schema of the database. So you see I wanted to purchase something. For that purpose I need a table that is purchase invoice. Let's first create the purchase invoice table along with these columns. So purchase invoice, SQL, and create. So create table purchase invoice, come inside and purchase invoice ID, that can be big integer, not null, primary key, and auto increment, so that it can be added automatically. Now purchase, the next column that I wanted to get here is date and then the supplier ID. Okay, so let's come here. So date of purchase invoice, not null, and then purchase underscore supplier ID. So I already stored suppliers in the suppliers table. Okay, so it will become, let me show you the suppliers table and open it in a new tab and check the data type of the suppliers. Okay, structure, and you see supplier ID is integer. Okay, so you have to create here the same integer, not null, foreign key, and the column name should be PUR underscore. Okay, we'll add the foreign key later on. Okay, supplier ID. Now let's add your foreign key separately, and then the column name, that is PUR underscore supplier ID, and references should be from the table suppliers. So suppliers, and the column name is, let me show you that, it is SUP underscore ID. So SUP underscore ID. On delete, there is another option, that is no action. That means that if somebody tries to delete the supplier and the supplier purchase invoices are already there, then nobody will be allowed to delete the supplier because its record exists in the purchase invoice. Okay, so now no action will restrict the data deletion if I have the related data inside my child tables. In this case purchase invoice is my child table. Okay, and supplier is my parent table. So on delete, no action. On update, if somebody tries to update the ID of the supplier, then it cannot be, so no action. But you can use cascade here. So when somebody tries to update the record, the ID will be automatically updated, but this will not happen. Let's execute this. First of all, copy. 3 things I have added, execute. So you see commands completed successfully. My one table has been successfully created. Now the next thing is purchase invoice details. Let's create this table also. SQL and paste. Let's add create keyword, create table purchase invoice details, and come inside PID underscore ID, big integer, not null. So why I am creating this table? Because at one purchase invoice I can buy many products, and there are so many things with respect to one purchase invoice. Let's say Kit Kats, Dairy Milks, Bounties, and there are other things. Okay, so primary key, let me zoom in, auto increment. Then we have the purchase ID, the purchase invoice table. Okay, let's copy this all and paste it here. Okay, so PID underscore purchase ID, that should be big integer. Okay, I'll make it a foreign key later on, not null. Product ID, but before going to purchase invoice details, we should have a table that is product. Okay, so let's first create the products table. Let's remove this and go back and create the products table first. So that's what I need first. Copy and paste, create table products, round brackets, and then product ID big integer, not null, auto increment, primary key, and then we have the product name, so it should be variable character and 50 is the length, not null, unique. Then we have these three are the foreign keys. So category I have already there, size I have already there, and the column sorry, that's not column, that's color. Okay, so category ID, that was integer, not null. Similarly, pro size, that was integer, not null. Okay, and then we have the color, integer, not null. Now let's add foreign keys. So foreign key, and then the pro underscore cat, first this category, okay, references, and then we have the table name, that is categories, and the column name, that is cat underscore ID, and then we have to make on delete no action. So if somebody tries to delete a color and its product is already added, then that color will not be able to delete. Okay, so on delete no action, on update no action. Now let's copy this whole line and paste and paste. After category we have the size, so product underscore size, the table name is will be changed to sizes, si underscore id for size, and then same, and the product underscore color, so col, and it should be colors, and it should be col underscore id. Okay, col underscore id. So my table query is now complete for products. Let's copy this and execute. Okay, it's saying that cannot create a table, indirectly formed foreign key. Okay, let's check. Alright, so the problem is with the data type. We have to make sure that the data type should be same as in the parent table. So in the sizes table, let us go to the sizes and open link in new tab. You see the primary column data type is tiny int, so I have to specify here tiny integer. Okay, at this point, so tiny, let me zoom in, and int. Now let's check what's the result of this query. Execute. So you see the table has been successfully created. Now two tables we have done till now. Now the third table that we need here is this one. Let's copy and come here in SQL and create this. So purchase invoice details. Now we have products table also. So create table purchase invoice details, round brackets and round bracket close. So PID underscore ID big integer, not null, auto increment, let's zoom in, and primary key. Okay, and then we have the purchase. So this is the foreign key, it was big integer, not null. I'll create this as a foreign key. Now product was also big integer, not null, and then the price, so it's a per piece price, so it can be float and not null. and the quantity should be in int, not null. Okay, now the foreign keys, foreign key, so the column name is, I haven't specified comma at the end, that's fine here also. Now foreign key is PID underscore PURID, that's the column, purchase ID. Okay, and then references, and then we have to specify the main table, that was purchase invoice, and the column name of that is PUR underscore ID. Then on delete, cascade. So if I delete purchase invoice, main purchase invoice, then its details will also be deleted. That's what I'm trying to do. On update, cascade. Okay, so that's first, and then copy and paste. The second thing that I wanted to make here is the pro underscore ID. So PID underscore pro ID, and the reference is with the products. So this is how relationships are created, and then P underscore ID. So let us go and check the column name for products. So let's right click, open a new tab and see the structure. So you see the pro underscore ID is big int and it's pro underscore ID. So let's write here pro underscore ID. On delete, cascade. On update, cascade. Okay, semicolon should not be, comma should not be there. Now let's copy and execute. All the things are done. So another table created successfully. Now we have done with products, purchase invoice details. Now two remaining, that is the stock. Of course, when we are buying something, so we have to maintain the stock and the product price. Why I have created a separate table for the product price, I'll let you know. Let's first create the stock table, and then I'll let you know when the when we'll create the price table. So create, sorry, it should be at the top. Create table stock, come inside and close the bracket. So stock underscore ID, not null, auto increment, it should be primary key. Then one foreign key is there, so two foreign keys are also here. Okay, so product underscore ID, that is big integer, not null. Okay, I'll make a foreign key here, and its quantity, so quantity is integer, not null, and the purchase invoice ID for reference, not null. Okay, now two, again I have to create here the foreign keys. So foreign key, the reason I am typing it again and again, because you guys can able to understand how relationships are created. So I wanted to create the foreign key relationship with stock underscore pro ID with the products table, references, products, and the column name within the product is the primary key, that is pro underscore ID. On delete, no action. Why no action? Because if somebody tries to delete a product, let's say dairy milk, from the products table, and the stock of that product is there inside the stock table, then we cannot allow the user to delete the particular product, because the stock is available in the stocks table. So on delete, no action. On update, no action. Okay, on update we can say cascade, because when we update the product ID, it's a stock ID, it's all the references in the stock table should also be updated. So you have to think all these things by yourself, so that your database should be normalized and perfect. Okay, now the next is the purchase invoice ID. Let's say why I am creating this relationship, because in future if I wanted to see on which purchase invoice how much stock is remaining, so I can be able to see this with the help of this relationship. So that's PUR underscore ID. Okay, and it should be purchase invoice, and then we have the rest of the things same. Now let's remove the comma at the end and copy and execute. Commands completed successfully. Now the last table is remaining for today's lecture, that is this one, the product price. Now guys, why I am using this product price, let me tell you. Because let's say if you have a stock, you have purchased dairy milk or a chocolate for 50 rupees. The old stock was bought on 50 rupees, but now the stock is still available, but in a less quantity. Now you have purchased another stock of the same product, but the new stock that you have purchased is not for 50 rupees. The new product is for 60 rupees. Let's say the same dairy milk that you have purchased for 50 rupees, now that same dairy milk is now is available for 60 rupees. Now there is a conflict. If you put the old stock and the new stock together, and that is the normal case in every store or in every shop, that you have the previous stock and the new stock together, okay. Now but you do not make two different prices for the same stock at the current time. So what we have to do, we have to sum up the previous amount of the stock that we have purchased and the new stock that we are purchasing, and then we will find out the average, and then that average will be inserted inside this table, so that become the average price, so that we can be able to find the profit and loss perfectly. And there should be one price, whatever it will be, when we have the old stock and when we have the new stock, both the prices or the overall prices will be joined, and then the average will be calculated. That's why I am using this product price, so that one price is there for every product, whether it is a new stock, whether it is a old stock. We'll take the average of the previous price and the new price. I hope it is clear to everyone, okay. So create table and product price, and let's come inside and close it. So it should be primary key, so product price not null, auto increment, sorry, and it should be primary key, then foreign key, so begin, because it's product ID not null, and then we'll create foreign key, and the price is in the float, and then foreign key, let me zoom in, okay, foreign key, and then the column name is pp underscore pro ID, that's the same column written in the second line, and then references, and then products, and then the column name of the product, that is pro underscore ID, and then on delete. So what should happen if somebody tries to delete the product from the products table, whether the price should delete or not. So we should not delete the price, okay. So we should not be able to allow to delete the product as well. So on delete, no action, nothing should happen, and on update, no action. That's it. So that's my overall product price table. Copy this and execute. So you see commands completed successfully, guys. Now all the tables that I need to create, I have done with all. Okay, now the tables that we have created today, these tables are mandatory tables that will use at the back end when we create the purchase invoice page in PHP, okay. So I think I should stop here, because this is too much for you guys to do it by yourself, okay. In the next lecture, I'll let you know how to create the stored procedures for these tables, and we'll hopefully we'll go to the coding part in PHP also, okay. So that's all for today. If you do not understand anything, why any table was created, you can ask me, you can comment it on, and till then, thank you so much, take care, Allah Hafiz.